goes to second base. Second base, that's the only player. Now, all of a sudden the guy goes in like this. I'm saying there's some discretion. There's some discretion if there's no play anywhere. For the most part, all right? For the most part, you got a slide or a boy picks up something right. And that is true here. You know,
I was talking about obstruction here more than force play. The obstruction here.
That's right. Should I tell her
Basically, stay out of the ball. Like I was telling him, I did a game last week. High school. It was close. I'm thinking the last thing I need to do is call somebody out in this situation.
do you have our line again?
Yeah, we got. I'm all set. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, great. You get back?
No.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Good luck.
You guys have enough balls. We'll make sure we go.
Rob,
We'll send guys. No. If you guys don't mind getting a few balls over there, if it gets crazy, we'll send our guys over.
We'll get them on this side. Good, how are you doing?
From Baker Field at Lawrence Academy in Groton, Mass., this is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. Today, it's the St. Mark's Lions with a record of 3-0, visiting the Lawrence Academy Spartans with a record of 1-1 in ISL play. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Sam Feely, ready to bring you the play-by-play story. St. Mark's, as I mentioned, 3-0, and none of their games have been particularly close, coming off a 13-1 victory over BB&N, and that was just yesterday over at the New England Baseball Complex. And pick it right back up here on the road against the Lawrence Academy team that features 3 Division I baseball commits for next season. And one of them on the mound as the Spartans take the field, and that is Max Meyer, who's headed out to Palo Alto to join the Stanford Cardinal. Tell you more about these top prospects on these teams as we go along. But first, here's the starting lineup for the visiting St. Mark's Lions. They will be in the navy blue jerseys with the gray, with the white pants with the gray and white trim. Wyatt Scotty's going to lead it off at short, followed by Ethan Student in right. Gunnar Vacris is at second. Levi McAllister is behind the plate. Jake Sylvester is at third. Matt Walsh is in center. Trevor Neff is at first. Brett Federico is on the mound, and Dylan Locke rounds out the lineup as the DH. The flex player is the left fielder, Gavin Gattuso, one of 2 Gattuso twin brothers on this St. Mark's squad. His brother Blake on the bench to start the game today. For the LA Spartans in the red jerseys with the blue letters and numbers and the blue and red cap and the white pants, it's going to be Tim Laporcio in left, followed by James Broderick at second. Max Meyer on the mound. Jordan Kionickson, that'll wake you up. Jordan Kionickson behind the plate. Jordan Kionickson at center, I should say. Ben Cruteau behind the plate. Evan Burke at third. Jared Lucido at short. Jack McLaughlin at first. And Jackson Avila Connery rounding out the lineup in right field. Mentioned Meyer going to Stanford next year. And directly behind him in the field in center field, Jordan Kionickson will be going to West Point next year. So here is Wyatt Scotty, the St. Mark's shortstop, to lead things off here in the top of the first. Getting a little bit of an early start. We're going to get first pitch at 3:27. Meyer, the right-hander, against the left-hander. Scotty winds and deals. And it's on the outside corner for strike one. We're underway. That is fouled off, and Meyer ahead 0-2. There's one other Division I commit on the Lawrence Academy squad we should note, but he's not playing, unfortunately. Tyler Gonzalez the son of former Major Leaguer Alex Gonzalez. So that is a little high. Bounces off of Croteau's glove and on the backstop, and I flinched at that. I've gotten good at not flinching at these in the last couple of years with the Blue Sox, but was not expecting that. The 1-2 just missed the outside corner, 2-2, despite the framing efforts of Croteau. I was mentioning Tyler Gonzalez, the son of former Major Leaguer Alex Gonzalez. He's committed to Stetson, but he is out, dislocated his shoulder. But Stetson, of course, the alma mater of Cy Young Award winner Jacob deGrom, who started his career at Stetson as an infielder. So there is hope yet for Tyler to become a Cy Young Award-winning pitcher, as Scotty swings and misses, and the play goes 2-3 for the first out of the ball game. And here is Ethan Student, one of PBR New England's top prospects. He's committed to RIT next year. The first pitch for the right-handed hitting right fielder is a towering pop-up foul and out of play for strike one. Student eschewing the batting gloves here. He's got old school plain black cleats too. Meyer delivers the 0-1, and that is low to even the count. This is reached for and fouled off to make it 1-2. Mentioned that St. Mark's games have not been particularly close. I mentioned the 13-1 win over BB&N. That's kind of a shock considering how great BB&N has been in recent years. That's fouled off. Remains 1-2. They also beat Middlesex 10-6 and Marianapolis 8-1. So St. Mark's on a roll to begin this young season, but Meyer gets him to swing and miss for strike three. Back-to-back strikeouts for Meyer to begin the ball game. So that'll bring up Gunnar Vacris, the second baseman. Wearing the old school striped stirrups with the navy blue stirrups and the white socks. And the first pitch to the left-handed hitting second baseman is a cutter in there for strike one. Outfield playing Vacris straight away. That misses just up and away, 1-1. A lot of room down the right field line, however, for this left-handed hitting second baseman. Infield playing back. And the 1-1. At the knees to not even the count, put it at 1-2. The 1-2 from Meyer to Vacris. Nice block by Croteau, and that evens the count at 2. Gotta stay on your toes when you're a catcher, even when there aren't any runners on base. Gotta show that you can show your pitcher he has confidence in you in case something does bounce in the dirt. 2-2 the pitch. Up and away, full count. On deck is the catcher Levi McAllister. Full count, 2 out, top of the first, no score. The 3-2 from Meyer to Vacris. Waited on and fouled over towards the LA bench. LA was supposed to have a game Saturday against St. George's, but that got postponed due to the rain that occurred overnight. Although, as you know, we got the softball game that was broadcast. And as that is strike three called on the outside corner, and 3 strikeouts in the top of the first for Max Meyer after half an inning. Lions nothing, Spartans coming up. This is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email Sam at localsportsproductions.com for more information. Lawrence Academy coming off a 10-8-1 record. Excuse me, from last season. St. Mark's off to a good start, but haven't won a ISL championship since 1963. About 1 year ago today, these teams met down at St. Mark's, and that was a 6-5 win by the Lions. So after a 1-2-3 top of the first in which Meyer struck out the side, let's see what his offense can do, with Meyer actually due to bat third here. Tim Laportio, the left fielder, will lead it off. Got the red Mizuno cleats there. And the first pitch from Federico is in the dirt for ball one. That misses outside, and Federico in a good hitter's count to begin the afternoon, 2-0. A swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt that trickled to the backstop, and that'll make it 2-1. After a couple pitches off target there, that'll give you confidence if in your breaking stuff there if you're Federico. The 2-1 fouled off. And from 2-0 to 2-2. Laportio, then Broderick and Meyer due up here in the bottom of the first. The 2-2. Fouled off. Catcher McAllister going out to have a quick word with this pitcher. Third baseman even with the bag. Rest of the infielders back. Outfield playing straight away. The 2-2. Slider down and away. Full count. The payoff pitch. Here it is. Down and in. Ball 4. And a leadoff walk for Laportio. That'll bring up James Broderick, the second baseman, and he's happy to be back on the field. He had Tommy John surgery last year. This is his first game back. And he takes strike one. Throw over to first and back diving is Laportio. Laportio gets his lead. He takes off. The pitch is a breaking ball inside. Throw down to second, not in time. So a runner in scoring position for the Spartans. Stolen base for Laportio. He gets his lead off of second, and the pitch is a curveball diving down and in that is swung on and missed for strike two to make it 1-2. Laportio with the stolen base after the walk, and the 1-2. Way high with the fastball, and it's 2-2. Reach for, grounded to second. This will advance the runner. Throw over to first. It's a low throw, but they got him. Good pick by the first baseman, Niff. Over to third goes Laportio. Productive first out. And now the first run of the game, 90 feet away for the Spartans, for the pitcher, Max Meyer. Meyer batting from the left side, and the pitch is a curveball with a beautiful break over the heart of the plate for strike one. Started well in the right-handed batter's box. The 0-1. Fastball on the outside corner, 0-2. Laportio at third, the pitch. Ground ball up the middle, diving past the second baseman, Vacris, into center field for a base hit. The run comes in to score, and Meyer helps his own cause, and it's 1-0 LA. So that'll bring up the center fielder and Army commit, Jordan Kjonickson. Runner goes, the pitch is lined down the left field line and foul for strike one. So the hit and run was on right out of the chute. Just out in front of that one was Kjonickson. He hit it 100 miles an hour, I'm sure. Don't have StatCast at this level, but that was hit hard. 0-1 the count to Kjonickson. Throw over to first, Meyer back standing. Meyer with a good lead at first. And the pitch, he does not run, and the pitch is a strike, 0-2. Had a hit, a walk, a stolen base, and a run thus far this inning for the Spartans, and the cleanup hitter, Jordan Kjonickson. Well, this will have to wait as Meyer dives back into first base on the pickoff attempt by Federico. Another throw over to first. He's getting a little closer. Second baseman and shortstop playing close to the second base back, so there's a big gap the other way if Kjonickson can poke it there. And that's outside for ball one. You got the first baseman holding on Meyer, and the second baseman playing close to the bag in case of a steal attempt to cover the bag, so a lot of room the other way. Fouled off. Outfield's playing pretty much straight away for Kjonickson. Meyer gets his lead at first. And the 1-2 will have to wait as they throw over to Meyer. Don't often see pitchers drawing this much attention from the other pitcher at first base. This is shot into center field. On his horse is Walsh, and he will camp under it and make the catch for out number 2. Meyer retreats to first. That'll bring up Ben Croteau, the catcher. 1-0 our score here in the bottom of the first. Porcio worked a leadoff walk. Meyer runs, the pitch is down and away, it pops out of the glove of McAllister, and that'll be a stolen base for Meyer. So 2 stolen bases in the inning for the Spartans. This one puts another runner in scoring position. 1-0 the count to Croteau. That runs inside, nearly hits Croteau to make it 2-0. So once again, Spartans in a good hitter's count. Third baseman Sylvester guarding the line. And the pitch, fastball over there for strike 1. Sunny and 61 degrees here in Groton. 2-1, just missed outside, 3-1. On deck is the third baseman, Evan Burke. Meyer bluffing off of second, and the pitch in there for strike 2. Full count to Croteau. The 3-2, here it is. Down and in, ball forward, it skips away from the catcher, McAllister, and up to third on the walk and the wild pitch is Meyer. So that makes it first and third, 2 out. And that brings up the third baseman, Evan Burke. And the umpire just called a balk. The home plate umpire just called a balk. So Meyer will score, and Croteau advances to second. And it is 2-0. So no pitch. It'll be, this will be the first pitch of the at-bat. It's a ball. And it is 1-0. On the outside corner to make it 1-1. So Meyer and Croteau's dancing got to Federico. Curveball drops in there to make it 1-2. Big gap to the right side again. That is down and away to even the count at 2. Breaking ball, waited on, grounded up the middle, and through for a base hit. Being waved around third is Croteau. The throw to the plate will be cut off, and it is 3-0. A reasonable start for the LA Spartans here. Here's the 7th batter of the inning, Jared Lucido. And he takes on the inside corner, strike 1. Breaking ball misses outside to even the count at 1. Cito also plays on the Lawrence Academy hockey team. Freshman from Gloucester, Mass. Runner goes from first. The pitch skips to the backstop. It's a ball, and it's also the third stolen base of the inning. For the Spartans. So 2-1 the count. Burke now at second. Cito looking down the third base coach's box at Chris Margraf. And the 2-1. Outside, 3-1. Spartans a base hit away from making it 4-0 potentially. The 3-1 to Lucido. Here it is. That's a strike, 3-2. So another 2-strike count with 2 outs for Federico. Can he put him away? And he'll bluff the throw to second, and it's a good thing he didn't launch it because nobody was at the bag. Gone straight into center field and put Burke on third. That's down and away for ball 4. It's another one that gets away. Is that ball 4? Was that ball 3? I had ball 4. Okay. All right. Well, regardless, it's a wild pitch that puts Burke at third. And a foul tip into the mid for strike 3. And the side is retired, but the Spartans score 3 runs on just 2 hits, 2 walks, and 1 left. And after 1 complete, it is the Spartans 3 and the Lions nothing. This is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start just $100 per game. Also ask LSP about streaming your next gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, school play, meeting, or other event. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. So Max Meyer, the Stanford commit, with 3 strikeouts in the top of the first. Drives home a run, steals a base, and scores a run in the bottom of the first. Let's see what he's got for an encore here in the top of the second with the middle third of the order due up. Levi McAllister, Jake Sylvester, and Matt Walsh. Levi McAllister, the catcher, to lead things off. McAllister, freshman from Bow, New Hampshire. You know, you might be feeling good if you're Meyer on the mound. But you got a 3-run cushion, part of which you helped create yourself, but got to pitch it like it's 0-0. So that's in the outside, rather, for ball 1. Don't really have that much room for error against a team that's 3-0. Breaking ball misses, 2-0. You know they can strike. And here's McAllister in a good hitter's count. He laces this one into left field, but that will find the left fielder, Laporcio, for out number 1. It was a bullet to left, but it had eyes. And McAllister is retired on a very loud F7. 1 down for Jake Sylvester, the third baseman. He's a sophomore from Lancaster, Mass. as that runs up and in for ball one. Cut and a miss, and that evens the count at 1. This is popped up into shallow center, and it will be caught with a basket catch by the shortstop Lucido for out number 2. So he had a laser for the first out, and then nearly a bloop single, but a good play by Lucido. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Matt Walsh. Walsh, a senior from right there in Southborough where St. Mark's is located. It's a swing and a miss for strike 1. This is popped up into foul territory, and this will get out of play. Oh, and 2 the count. High with a fastball, and it's 1 and 2. Infield playing back. The pitch is low to even the count at 2 and 2. Tried to get him in a breaking ball in the dirt, but he wouldn't offer. Third baseman playing off the bag and even with it. The 2-2. This is a laser to the right side, but it'll be fielded by the second baseman and on to the first baseman, McLaughlin, for the out that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left after 1.5. It is the Spartans 3 and the Lions nothing. This is NEPSAC baseball on LSP. NEPSAC Baseball on LSP is brought to you by Lawrence Academy in Groton, Mass. Considering an independent high school, log on to lawrenceacademy.info for complete information on their programs, and be sure to tour their beautiful campus with the newly renovated Stone Athletic Center. Three runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left for the Spartans. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left for the Lions. As we get the bottom of the second underway with the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up. Jack McLaughlin, Jackson Avila, Connery, and Tim Laporcio. McLaughlin steps up to bat first. He's the first baseman, a freshman from Peterborough, New Hampshire. First pitch to him from Brett Federico is down and away for ball 1. Up and away, 2-0. 3-0 our score. The bottom of the first was 2 hits, 2 wild pitches, a balk, 2 walks, and 2 stolen bases scattered around that bottom of the first by the Spartans. 2-1 the count after the foul tip by McLaughlin. Outside, 3-1. This is grounded to the right side, gobbled up by the first baseman, Niff. He'll step on the bag himself, and that's out number 1. So that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, the right fielder, Jackson Avila Connerty. Jackson is a junior from Newton, Mass. In the village of Newtonville. That's low for ball 1. Carney, then Laporcio. Anybody gets on? Broderick. Swing and a miss at a curveball in the dirt, and it's 1-1. This is a chopper to the left side, scooped up by the third baseman Sylvester on to first, and it's a much better start to this inning than the last inning. 2 up, 2 down for Federico, and the lineup turns over for Tim Laporcio. He got the party started last inning with a walk, stole second, and then eventually scored on Myers' base hit. Chop foul at the dish for strike 1. Federico would love a shutdown inning after that rough first inning. Okay. See if he can jolt his offense. Been held 6 up, 6 down through the first 2 innings. 1-1 as that sailed high. This is ground to the left side and through for a base hit. First hit of the ball game for Laporcio, and the second time he's been on base. And we'll see if his wheels come into play with 2 outs here. And the second baseman, James Broderick, due up. Grounded out to second last time up, but it was a productive out as it advanced Laporcio to third after his stolen base. Runner goes, the pitch is outside, the throw down to second, it's on the line, and he is out, caught stealing to end the inning. That was a picture-perfect strike by McAllister down to the shortstop, Scotty, and that ends the inning. So after 2 completed, it's still the Spartans 3 and the Lions nothing. This is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. You can follow LSP on the web at localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, and Teespring, LSP37, Snapchat, LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. Bottom third of the order due up for the Lions here in the top of the third. Trevor Neff, Brett Federico, and Dylan Locke. Max Myers retired the first 6 in order, including striking out the side in the top of the first. Reasonable start for the Spartans. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 1 left. 0s across the board for the Lions. Croteau fires the ball to second, and here we go to the top of the third. Trevor Neff, the first baseman, due up first. Neff, sophomore from Stowe, Mass. Corner infielders creeping in, and the pitch is swung on and missed. It was a pitch that catcher Croteau didn't even catch. Or did he foul that off? Fouled it off, excuse me. 0-1. Breaking ball at the knees for strike two. Fastball on the outside corner, strike three called. So good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Trevor Neff. That is strikeout number 4 for Meyer. And there's one down for the pitcher, Brett Federico. And Federico takes a flat-footed swing at a pitch at his eyes, and it's 0-1. Quickly regathers himself and is ready to go. The 0-1. Check swing, it's down and away. They'll appeal, and he went around, says the infield umpire. So 0-2 the count to Federico. That runs up and in. 1-2. When Meyer misses, it's usually with the fastball high. Of course, buzzing the tower is always going to raise some eyebrows. The 1-2. That's more like it. Strikeout number 5 for Meyer. Powered his counterpart on the hill with the fastball there. That'll bring up Dylan Locke, the DH. And Locke trying to ambush him on the first pitch. Comes up empty at the fastball. 0-1. This is grounded up the middle, cut off by the shortstop Lucido, on to first, and another 1-2-3 inning for Max Meyer. Set down the first 9 in order, and after 2.5, it is still the Spartans 3 and the Lions nothing. This is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. The LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD copy of most past LSP video broadcasts or one of several different designs of stickers or shirts, including the LSP hoodie and the Never Concede collection. Visit localsportsproductions.com/store after the game to place your order. So we'll have the 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up for the Spartans here in the bottom of the third. James Broderick, Max Meyer, and Jordan Kionickson. You Stanford fans are watching this game, you're getting a good treat from one of your future stars, Max Meyer. He's due up second this inning. Here is Broderick. He was at bat when Laporcio was caught stealing to end the bottom of the second. Broderick is 0 for 1 with a ground out to second. And the wind of the first pitch from Federico. Fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Looked like it had a little two-seam action there. Curveball weighted on and fouled over towards the St. Mark's bench to make it 0-2. Another breaking ball weighted on and grounded over towards the St. Mark's bench. Broderick spoils a couple of them. Still behind 0-2, however. Need to get on base for Meyer. That's a fastball in the dirt, and it's 1-2. Curveball laced into center field, and that will get down for a base hit. So Meyer was really timing that curveball, that at-bat, spoiled a couple for foul balls, and timed it just right there for his first hit of the ball game. That'll bring up Max Meyer. RBI single, a stolen base, and a run scored to go along with his 5 strikeouts on the mound. And he comes up empty at a changeup for strike 1. First pitch changeup. That'll get a lot of good hitters. 0-1 the count to Meyer. Throw over to first, and back diving is Broderick. Once again, a big gap on the right side. And it's for a left-handed hitter in Myers. That's blocked in the dirt by McAllister, and that evens the count at 1. No advance by the runner, Broderick. Runner takes off, the pitch is swung on and missed, and taking second is Broderick with another stolen base for the Spartans. Wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to be called a foul ball. Runner in scoring position. Breaking ball misses high. 2-2. So Meyer even in the count. Stolen base number 4 of the ball game for the Spartans. And Meyer comes up empty at a changeup for strike 3. And there's 1 down. Second strikeout of the game for Federico. That brings up the cleanup hitter, Jordan Keonixson. Flew out to center his first time up. Looking back and forth is Federico, and he misses outside with a fastball for ball 1. Broderick getting his lead at second after the single and stolen base. That's a breaking ball down and away, and here's another good hitter's count for the Spartans. 2-0 to Keonixson. Good sized gap on the right side here for Keonixson if he can go the other way. That misses low, ball 3. He's got a gap in the infield and some space down the right field line. Can stay back on one. It's a fastball count, so you may just take what's given here. And he'll take it outside for ball 4. Does set up the double play possibility for the Lions, however. Only takes 1 pitch to get out of this. Here's Ben Croteau. Walked and scored. Runners not being held here as they want to get in position for the double play to the infield. And that's low for ball 1. 5 straight balls by Federico. Bottom of the third, 3-0 our score. 3 runs in the first for the Spartans. Threatening here again. This is grounded to second. It could be 2. Fielded by Vacris, but he will only take the out at first as it was hit a little too slowly. So it'll be second and third with 2 out. But now 2 runners in scoring position. And it'll be up to Evan Burke, who had an RBI single his first time up. And Burke will take a fastball low for ball one. McAllister putting in a lot of work behind the plate right now. He takes low, ball two. Burke looking to come through in the clutch again. That's in there for strike one to get Federico back in the count at 2-1. Broderick at third, Keonixon at second. What a tightrope job this would be if Federico can get out of this, and now he is one strike away from doing so. Two and two the count to Burke. Trying to at least keep the line moving for Jared Lucido. Federico comes set, and the pitch. Curveball down the right field line for a base hit. One run scores. Here comes Keonixon on his way to second, but tagged out there trying to stretch it into a double is Burke, but both runs score. And after three complete, it is the Spartans 5 and the Lions nothing. This is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. LSP's next broadcast is tomorrow morning at 9:55 a.m. Get your coffee and let's watch the Greater Lowell Griffins take on the Whittier Wildcats in MIAA baseball action. Watch the game live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel, or buy a DVD of the game at the LSP store. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 1 left for the Spartans. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left for the Lions as we go to the top of the 4th, and it'll be the top third of the order due up for St. Mark's. Wyatt Scotty, Ethan Student, and Gunnar Vacris. Scotty went down on strike swinging his first time up in the first, leading off the ball game. Five nothing our score. Meyer winds and delivers, and it's a check swing, and it was foul tipped into the mitt for strike one. That misses outside and pops off the mitt of Croteau to even the count at 1. This is skied into left field. On his horse is Laporcio going into foul territory, and it is a foul ball as he couldn't secure the catch. He had a long way to go there. Nearly hauled it in. Instead, it'll be 1-2. Scotty's still alive here. The wind in the pitch popped up into shallow center, and it's a sliding catch by the center fielder, Keonixon. Jordan Keonixon with the shortstop and second baseman losing it in the sun. Keonixon bails him out with the sliding catch. So that'll bring up Ethan Student. He struck out swinging himself in the first, and he comes up empty at a breaking ball for strike one. Swing and a miss at a fastball, and it's 0-2. Infield back, outfield straight away for the number 2 hitter, an RIT commit. And he tried to get him to chase, but he held up pretty well, and it's 1-2 rather, not 1-0. Little nubber back to the mound, fielded by Meyer. He'll fire onto first. 2 down. That'll bring up Gunnar Vakris, the second baseman. Struck out looking to end the first. Up and away for ball 1 to Gunnar. Gunnar, a senior from Southborough. Takes outside 2-0 with Couteau twisting his wrist to try and frame that in the zone, but unsuccessful. So a rare hitter's count here for a Lions batter. Vakris ahead 2-0. Meyer delivers, and it's foul tipped into the mitt. Gave him a fastball, and he was behind it. 2-1. That's low, ball 3. So Vakris ahead 3-1. The cleanup hitter, Levi McAllister, on deck. Chris Margraf giving instructions to James Broderick at second base, saying you're good where you are. Up and away, ball 4, and there's the first base runner of the game for the Lions. It comes with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. So let's see if Levi McAllister can put one in the gap and maybe put the Lions on the scoreboard for the first time. Got a lot of young players in key roles in this St. Mark's lineup. That breaking ball misses high for ball 1. Meyer unable to get on top of that one. Get on top of that more, he got a sick front hip to over the plate strike. That curveball there, but again, he didn't get on top of it enough. Just challenged him with a fastball there. It's a swing and a miss. Evens the count at 1. Vakris with a good lead at first. And he'll throw over to first, and he's back safely. One and one the count to McAllister, the freshman catcher, in the cleanup spot. Runner does not go. The pitch is a check swing, and they'll appeal, and he did not go, so it is 2-1. So it took him 11 outs, but the Lions now starting to get into good counts here against Meyer. Just got their first base runner just now with a walk. I think Meyer's figured out that fastball is just too much for them. He blows another one by McAllister. Of course, you don't want to get fastball happy. You don't want to not trust your off-speed pitches, because you miss your location with a Fastball. Like that. That's up and in. So full count with 2 out. Vackers will be off with the pitch. This is the time, if ever there was one, for the Lions to get one in the gap here from the bat of McAllister. The pitch is a breaking ball in there for strike 3. Oh, he froze him with the curveball, and that is strikeout number 6 for Meyer. And after 3.5, we're halfway home. It is the Spartans 5 and the Lions nothing. This is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email Sam at localsportsproductions.com for more information. Let's see if we can get some MIA and NEPSAC scores for you while we wait for the bottom of the 4th to start up. Bishop Fenwick defeats Arlington Catholic 6-5 in baseball. Graham Seed strikes out 15 Stoneham Spartans as Lexington beats Stoneham 5-2. Brockton beats Brookline 6-3 in baseball. The bottom third of the order due up here in the bottom of the 4th as Jared Lucido fouls off the first pitch to make it 0-1. Lucido struck out swinging his first time up to end the first. Federico back on the mound, and the pitch, swing and a miss at a curveball down and away. The curveball down and away to right-handed batters has been a real asset for Federico in the times he's needed it, but hasn't. As this is grounded to the left side, picked up by the third baseman Sylvester on to first. Good stretch by Neff for out number 1. So Lucido is 0 for 2 on the ground out to third. That'll bring up Jack McLaughlin, the first baseman. McLaughlin grounded out 3 unassisted his first time up in the second. And he foul tips this one into the mitt of McAllister for strike 1. Low for ball 1 to even the count. Like I was saying, that curveball down and away to right-hand batters has been effective for Federico. I'd like to see him turn to it a little bit more to try and fool these right-handed hitters that have been raking him otherwise. Popped up. It's got a chance to be caught in the foul area, but it drops into the Spartans bench, and that evens the count at 2. McLaughlin, and then Jackson Avila Connery, and if anybody gets on, Tim Laporcio. Swing and a miss at a pitch down and away. It looked like a changeup there. And that's out number 2. Strikeout number 3 for Federico. And that'll bring up Jackson Avila Connery. 0 for 1 of the ground out to third. And he laces this one to third, knocked down by the third baseman, Sylvester, and recovers in time to get Avila Connerty at first for a much-needed 1-2-3 inning for Brett Federico. After 4 complete, it is still the Spartans 5 and the Lions nothing. This is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start just $100 per game. Also ask LSP about streaming your next gaming tournament, wedding, concert. Wedding, concert, recital, school play, meeting, or other event. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Five runs, 5 hits, no errors, 1 left for the Spartans. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left for the Lions as we begin the top of the 5th. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Lions here. Jake Sylvester, Matt Walsh, and Trevor Neff. Sylvester popped up to short his first time up. That was one of those, had a couple plays that have been tricky in center field. That was the first one of them. And then at last inning, leading off the inning, was the fly ball that was caught on the slide by Keonixson. First pitch to Sylvester is down and away for ball 1. Lone base runner this game for the Lions was a 2-out walk for Gunnar Vacris last inning. That misses inside, 2-0. Running fastball inside. Three and 0 as that buzzes the tower. Matt Walsh on deck. And he had the green light and he pops it into right field, and this will be caught on the run by the right fielder, Avila Connerty. 1 down, so kind of an anticlimactic end to that one. Sylvester is 0 for 2. And that'll bring up Matt Walsh, the center fielder. Walsh grounded out to second his first time up to end the second. And he swings and misses at a high fastball for strike 1. Fastball's been nigh untouchable thus far for Meyer as he gets strike 2 on the outside corner. Fouls this one off, remains 0-2. Trevor Neff, the first baseman, on deck. The 0-2 again. 1-2. Thank goodness for the fence. Came out right into your living rooms. I wonder how many of you watching at home flinched as that ball came in. Oh, froze him on the inside corner for strike 3. Strikeout number 7 for Meyer. 2 down, and that brings up Trevor Neff, the first baseman. Neff struck out looking his first time up in the third. And he grounds this one to the left side, picked up by the third baseman on to first, and it is a 1-2-3 inning for Max Meyer as Burke makes the play. And the inning is over. After 4.5, it is still the Spartans 5 and the Lions nothing. This is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. NEPSAC Baseball on LSP is brought to you by Lawrence Academy in Groton, Mass. Considering an independent high school, log on to lawrenceacademy.info for complete information on their programs, and be sure to tour their beautiful campus with the newly renovated Stone Athletic Center. Kents Hill had a good day on the diamond. Baseball beat Gould 11-1, and softball beat Gould 14-2. Arlington beats Melrose in baseball 2-1. Danvers beats Swampscott 10-2 in softball. Hyde beats Kents Hill in girls tennis 3-2. Back to the action at hand. Tim Laporcio takes ball 1. Laporcio 1 for 1 with a single, a walk, 1 for 2 in stolen base attempts. He waits on this one and fouls it off to even the count at 1. Breaking ball misses upstairs, 2-1 rather. This is grounded to the right side, picked up by the second baseman Vacris, on to first for the first out of the inning. So Laporcio is 1 for 2, and that brings up James Broderick. Broderick 1 for 2 with a single, a stolen base, and a run scored. So grounded out to second, his first time up in the first. Outside for ball 1. We got a new pitcher on the mound, by the way, for St. Mark's, and it is Arya Ika from Southborough, Mass., a sophomore. That misses inside, 2-0. This is down the line and left, and it will be hung on to by the left fielder, Gattuso, for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down for Ika. And that'll bring up Max Meyer. Meyer 1 for 2 with a single, RBI single, a stolen base, a run scored, and a strikeout. And Ika misses outside for ball 1. In the top of the 6th, the Lions will have the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up, and that's the pitcher spot Federico, Locke, and Scotty. This is laced into left field, and this will be caught on a line by the left fielder Gattuso. And what an inning for Arya Aika, a 1-2-3 inning, relieving the starter Federico. And after 5 complete, it is still the Spartans 5 and the Lions nothing. This is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. You can follow LSP on the web at localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, and Teespring, LSP37, Snapchat, LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. Let's see what other MIAA and NEPSAC action we've got going on. It's being April vacation week for the public schools. Braintree beats Marshfield in baseball 9-5. St. George's softball leading Thayer 2-1 after 2. How about this for a softball score? Bedford beats Needham 16-11. Talk about a track meet. Groton leading Thayer in lacrosse at halftime, just 1-0. That's amazing. Here's Brett Federico to lead off the top of the 6th here for the Lions against Max Meyer. And he swings and misses at a fastball that ties him up in knots for strike 1. Breaking ball misses behind Federico. 1-1. The control, when it's been off for Meyer, he's missed inside to right-handers. So obviously, but it's a miracle that hasn't hit anyone yet, given that. There's the curveball, big rip, and it's missed for strike 2, 1-2. Federico, Locke, and Scotty due up here in the top of the 6th. Check swing, and it bounces. 2-2 the count. Fouled off. Federico hanging in there at 2-2 rather. Struck out swinging his first time up in the 3rd. This is fouled off again. Swing and a miss. Cruteau makes the throw to first, 1 down. That is strikeout number 8 for Meyer, as here is Dylan Locke, the DH, and he swings and misses. Tried to hold up and was way too late. 0-1. That's low with a fastball, 1-1. Meyer misses down and away with another fastball, and it's 2-1. Meyer's had a phenomenal game on the mound and in the batter's box, and he gets even in the count at 2-2. The 2-2 count to the number 9 hitter, Locke. Misses inside with the fastball, and it's a full count. The leadoff hitter, Wyatt Scotty, is on deck. And the payoff pitch, here it is. Check swing, he went around, says the home plate umpire. Strikeout number 9. 2 down. Talking about how the fastball was the dominant pitch for Meyer most of this game, but he's gotten the last 2 strikeouts on curveballs. So that'll bring up Wyatt Scotty, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out to center. Breaking ball clips the outside corner for strike 1. Fastball, curveball, that's been the mix mostly for Meyer today. Misses outside with a fastball to even the count. In the bottom of the 6th, the Spartans will have the middle third of the order due up: Kionixon, Croteau, and Burke. Fouled off, 1-2. Scotty trying to keep the inning alive for Ethan Student on deck. The 1-2, high with a fastball. 2-2 the count. 5-0 our score in the top of the 6th. Grounder to short. Lucido. In time. Six innings in the books for Meyer, just the 1 walk allowed. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is the Spartans 5 and the Lions nothing. This is NEPSAC baseball on LSP. The LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD copy of most past LSP video broadcasts, or one of several different designs of stickers or shirts, including the LSP hoodie and the Never Concede collection. Visit localsportsproductions.com/store after the game to place your order. So Federico's still in the game at short, by the way, and Scotty has moved from short to third, as that is upstairs for ball 1 to begin the bottom of the 6th to Jordan Keonixson, who is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. He scorches this one into right center field, and this is gonna get down for a base hit. Keonixson's around second. He's on his way to third. Is he gonna leg out a triple? He is, sliding into third. A leadoff triple on a 1-0 count for Keonixson. That is the first extra base hit of the game for either side. Burke was thrown out at second, trying to stretch a single into a double, as that is upstairs for ball 1 to Ben Croteau, who is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. But all 5 hits for the Spartans to that point were singles, as it's fouled off for strike 1. Of course, the story of this game thus far, and I'm trying my best not to put mouth on it, but through 6 innings, just 1 walk allowed, as this skips to the backstop. It's a very short backstop here at Baker, and the ricochets right back to McAllister, who freezes the runner at third, 2-1. But just the 1 walk allowed through 6 innings for Max Meyer. This is grounded to the right side, past the diving first baseman, Neff, into right for a base hit, and the Spartans extend their lead to 6-0. As Croteau comes through with his first hit of the ball game. That'll bring up Evan Burke, 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Takes that one inside. Ball 1. Arya Ika, on for his second inning of work for the Lions, will throw over to first, and it's a throw that skips to the first baseman, Neff. Burke has driven in 3 runs on his 2 hits. Also has a stolen base. Takes up and away, 2-0. 2 for 2 with 2 singles and 3 RBIs. Croteau at first. And the pitch. Fastball in there for strike 1, 2-1. Up and away, 3-1. Jared Lucido on deck. Misses high, ball 4. So the first 3 batters have reached here in the bottom of the 6th. And that'll bring up Jared Lucido with 2 runners on and nobody out. Infield playing back for the double play here. And that is way outside for ball 1. Outside, 2-0. McAllister trying to frame it, but too far outside. Croteau at second, Burke at first. And the pitch. This is grounded to the shortstop, and they'll throw over to second for the out. Is that a triple play? Huh? No, they just got the... That's a double play, excuse me, 6-4 double play. It was so, my mistake, folks. So runner at first. There was a line shot by caught by the shortstop, Federico, my mistake. And a swing and a miss by McLaughlin for strike one. So 6-4 double play. Throw over to first, and Burke is back safely. In the top of the seventh, it'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up, Student, Vacris, and McAllister for the Lions. This is popped up, foul, going out of play, and that'll make it 0-2. Down and in, runner goes from first, and the throw is offline. So the second stolen base of the game for Burke. Runner in scoring position now with a 1-2 count. Can Jack McLaughlin bring him home? He's 0 for 2 with a ground out to first, a strikeout. That slipped out of Ika's hands a little too early there. 2-2. Number 9 hitter and right fielder Jackson Avila Connerny on deck. Curveball misses up and away, full count. This is laced into left center field, and that is going to get down for a base hit. Around third comes Burke. He will score. It's an RBI single for McLaughlin, and it is 7-0. So they will pull Ika. And we'll have a new pitcher. And it will be Lewis Lyons taking over. As Ika departs after an inning and 2/3. Still responsible for the runner on first, McLaughlin. Allowed thus far 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 walk. No strikeouts. No wild pitches. So Lyons takes over on the mound. The left-hander to face Jackson Avila Connerny, and he takes ball 1. 7-0 our score here in the bottom of the 6th. Fastball gets in there for strike 1 to even the count. Move over to first, and the ball goes out of play. So that'll be an E1, and McLaughlin advances to second. It was a good move, but I don't think the first baseman, Neff, was ready for it. That one sails high, and it's 2-1. Runner at second, 2 outs, 7-0 our score. Avila Carney holds up, and it's 3-1. Leadoff hitter Tim Laporcio on deck. And this will be popped up, going into foul territory and out of play. So that'll fill the count at 3-2. Seven runs on 8 hits thus far for the Spartans. The payoff pitch, outside ball 4. So Lyons walks the first man he faces. And that'll turn the lineup over for Tim Laporcio. 1 for 2. And a breaking ball gets in there for strike 1 to Laporcio. 1 for 2 is Laporcio with a walk, a stolen base, a run scored, and a single. Ground out to second his last time up, leading off last inning. Swing and a miss, and it is 0-2. Laporcio, the 7th batter of the inning. Got 2 runners on base here in a 7-0 ball game. Outside 1-2. Got McLaughlin at second, Avila Connerny at first. This is grounded up the middle. It'll be cut off by the shortstop, and the steps on the bag at second for the force out that retires the side. Bit of an aggressive slide there by Avila Connerny, but the side is retired, and we go to the top of the 7th. Max Meyer, the center of attention. It is the Spartans 7 and the Lions nothing. This is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. LSP's next broadcast tomorrow morning at 9:55 a.m. when the Greater Lowell Griffins host the Whittier Wildcats in MIAA baseball action. Watch the game live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel, or buy a DVD of the game at the LSP store. So here we go to the top of the 7th. 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up. Ethan Student to lead things off. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to the pitcher. And this is laced foul down the left field line for strike 1. Student wanted to get on base, again with that ambush tactics, but was way out in front of it. Breaking ball just missed, 1-1. Down low with the fastball, 2-1. Meyer winds and delivers. Swing and a miss, fastball. 2-2. Check swing, he went around, says the, oh no, they appealed. I thought the home plate umpire had the call all the way, but they appealed and he held up. Wow. Full count, student still alive. That was a ridiculous breaking ball. He had me fooled too. Student trying to get aboard. The 3-2, here it is. That's low for ball 4. Second walk issued by Meyer. That'll bring up Connor Vacris, who was the first base runner of the game, also with a walk, his last time up in the 4th. Connor Vacris takes outside ball 1. I'm of the opinion that student went around on that swing. It should have been 1 out and Meyer's 10th strikeout, but I thought the home plate umpire had it all the way. Meyer's starting to lose it a little bit. It's 2-0. That's high and taking off for second on the wild pitch is Student, and it is 3-0. Meyer comes set. And the pitch, high for ball 4. Back-to-back walks. And we're going to have a mound visit. Make sure Meyer's okay. So first and second, nobody out for the cleanup hitter, Levi McAllister. Meyer comes set. The pitch, popped up, foul and out of play, strike 1. Needs to get on top of that fastball, and he managed to get McAllister to foul it off. Student at second, Vacris at first. Throw over to first, and back safely is Vacris. That would have been a nice way to get the first out of the inning. First and second, nobody out. 2 walks to lead off this inning, including 1 on 4 pitches. Breaking ball gets in there for strike 2, 0-2. Swing and a miss, breaking ball down and away. There is strikeout number 10 for Meyer. One down, that brings up Jake Sylvester. Sylvester popped up to short in the second and flew out to right in the fifth. He pops this one up, fouling out of play again. Strike 1. Infield playing at double play depth here. Meyer comes set. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Curveball, 0-2. It's only the second time all game that Myers had to work from the stretch. Had that walk in the fourth. Swing and a miss and a fastball up and in. He tied him up. 2 down. So it'll be up to Matt Walsh. 0 for 2, ground out to second, strikeout looking. 11 strikeouts on the game for Max Meyer, the Stanford commit. St. Mark's in danger of dropping its first game of the season. It's popped up, but it'll get out of play. 0-1. Student at second, Vacris at first. This is grounded to third. Stepping on third is Burke, and kind of a anticlimactic end to a no-hitter. This is not much of a celebration there for Meyer, but Max Meyer pitches a no-hitter with 11 strikeouts. Gets the the force at third. I'm sorry for the lack of enthusiasm in the call, folks, but it was just not that kind of a subdued reaction from the Spartans. But 11 strikeouts, 3 walks. Want to make sure we weren't actually playing more. But anyways, Max Meyer, our player of the game with the no-hitter, 11 strikeouts, also 1 for 3 with an RBI single and a run scored. Phenomenal game by Max Meyer all around. And Lawrence Academy goes to 2-1 on the season. And St. Mark's falls to 3-1, a no-hitter with 11 strikeouts for Max Meyer. So with that said, this has been a presentation of local sports production serving Greater Boston student athletes since 2011. Copyright 2019, unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of local sports productions is strictly prohibited. LSP's next broadcast is tomorrow morning at 9:55 a.m. when the Greater Lowell Griffins host the Whittier Wildcats at MIAA baseball action. Watch the game live at localsportsproductions.com/live. Then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel, or buy DVD of the game at the LSP store. NEPSAC Baseball and Local Sports Productions has been brought to you by Lawrence Academy in Groton, Mass. Considering an independent high school, log on to lawrenceacademy.info for complete information on their programs, and be sure to tour their beautiful campus with the newly renovated Stone Athletic Center. And be sure to follow LSP on the web, localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, and Teespring, LSP37, Snapchat, LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. Once again, the final score from Baker Baseball Field at Lawrence Academy in Groton, Mass. It is the Lawrence Academy Spartans 7 and the St. Mark's Lions nothing. A no-hitter with 11 strikeouts by Max Meyer. My name is Sam Feely, reminding you freelance isn't free. Thanks for tuning in.